So we're here this morning with Sean Hoffman, president of ARA Insurance. It's November, so we're talking, maybe Sean, you can tell us about how the year has been for our insurance division?
Glad to, Brian. Thanks for having me. And also, welcome to the ARA Insurance world. Glad to have you aboard the ARA Insurance world. So it's been a good year. There are some challenges. Fire has been something that we've seen again this year. That's probably been our #1 claim for large claims. And it's hitting both the equipment and the event side. And they're avoidable in most cases. What we're gonna really focus on in 2026 is how can we improve the loss ratio as it relates to fires. And that's simple things such as electrical safety, disposal of rags. We had a fire this year where rags combusted and started a fire. We had an extension cord fire where there was somebody just using an extension cord every day. Yeah. And then other overloaded outlets too. So that's a big one for us. Those are large multi-million-dollar losses that really impact the entire program. So that's something we look for in 2026 as an opportunity for improvement.
So how about on the equipment side? What's a typical claim look like?
Oh man. So a typical claim, it's all over. Theft is a big one. Yeah. We talk about theft, conversion and theft, both on-site, off-site premises of theft. And what we've seen over the last couple of years is just the price of equipment rising so much, and so therefore the price of the claim has gone up as well. The positive news is we've seen a slight trend down this year in those theft claims. So from 2021, 22, our claims of theft were steadily rising. 23 peaked. 24 we saw maybe a slight decrease. 25 we've seen a little bit more decrease. So hopefully with ERG, Equipment Rental Guard, which ARA Insurance is a proud sponsor of, and getting that word out to our members, we're hoping that is really having an impact on that.
So just enlighten me. So the typical claim, is that where the equipment is stolen from a job site, or is it when someone comes into a rental store and presents false IDs, or?
All the above. All the above. We have a recent one where somebody rented a couple lifts and they have taken those lifts across the border and the store no longer has them. So it's the conversion, which is they come in, paper IDs or not, inadequate driver's license. So that's a big push of ours, is make sure you use some type of ID verification system. But yeah, there's that. There's theft on the job site, and then there's still the old theft just from a store too. So it's really a three-pronged. And that's one of the big things about ARA Insurance is different. We're gonna cover that theft no matter where that equipment is. Your standard insurance company is not gonna do that. So I think that's a key point.
So when a piece of equipment is stolen, what are the odds of recovery? Is it, it's not gonna happen. If it's gone, it's gone.
How about fairly low?
Yeah.
Now, there's ways to help that too. GPS trackers. And so that's something we like to push to all the members, is to use GPS trackers. We incentivize that. If you use a GPS tracker and you're actively tracking that piece of equipment, we do waive your deductible up to $10,000. So there's incentive for you to do that. So there's tons of GPS tracker companies out there that any of those would be great to put on your equipment. And that helps, and that would obviously increase the odds a little bit.
Yeah. So being a tent guy, I'm going to bring it back to events and tents. Do we have a lot of people in the industry that have claims on a tent they put up, and for one reason or another they've had winds or hail or something? How many claims of those are we getting? I don't need the exact number, but is it a lot?
It's a fair amount. It's a fair amount. But I've been here now just over 6 years, and just to see that what's kind of changed in your industry, where when I started, they went to an ARA of Georgia event and they showed an example of somebody using a tent and they had it clipped to a barbecue grill, and then our water barrels and all that. But now you've got the rolling block and all these things, using those best practices of securing it, that's better for us. So to answer your question, weather claims are obviously, they happen to tents, what I would call a microburst, right, or unexpected storms. But for the most part, our insureds and members, they're pretty good about getting out there, taking the stuff down when they have advance warning. It's when there's not advance warning or those scenarios that we get caught in.
Yeah, and I've been doing this for 40 years, and I got to tell you, the products are much better than they ever been in the past. They're more complex now, but they're anchored more securely.
Yeah.
Obviously, Block and Roll's come in and done a great job setting us with anchoring systems. So we're excited about, and we sleep better at night knowing if bad weather's coming that the product's going to stay up.
Do you scroll Facebook at night and see those pins blowing away though, and wonder if those are ours too?
It's this industry seems to revel in other people's misery. So when someone posts, oh, this tent blew down, you can see people kind of laughing.
But I think along the tenting side, so safe tenting, we were at an event in Charlotte earlier this year. Those are the types of events for ARA Insurance that we can go out when we're looking for partners to insure our members. We can say we have a safe tenting initiative. These are the best practices put forth by the industry, and it makes us all look better, and that helps us be able to secure that insurance for the members like you.
Yeah, and speaking of social media, you know, we all have people reach out and people talk about ARA and talk about ARA Insurance, and when they're just starting the industry and people say, where can I get insurance? And you'll see, oh, reach out to ARA, and then they'll go, well, we reached out to them and we're not big enough for that. And that's not really the case, and it might be a good opportunity now to explain exactly what you look for with startup.
Yep.
Obviously, people working maybe that don't have a full-time company might be more of a challenge for them.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a misconception that we like to always, we just want to understand the story, right? And so if somebody is starting a rental operation, we just want to know that you're committed to being in rental. We get a lot of inquiries where somebody just has a skid steer or a piece of equipment and they want to rent it out on the weekend. That's not for us.
Right.
And you know, that's not really what we want to do. But if you're in the rental industry and you have a business plan, so that's number one. We want to know what's your business plan. Where do you plan to be in 2 to 3 years? How does that look? What are your goals? A resume helps. What kind of experience do you have? So it's not necessarily, you know, it's a very generic term to say I'm not big enough. It's like, well, we can work with you and we'd be glad to do it. And I welcome anybody who hears that. Feel free to reach out to me or our staff and we can kind of talk through that. But those are some of the key things. Is we want somebody that rental is going to be, you know, a full-time. This is what you want to do, is be a rental industry member. So having that business plan, having a resume, and really having an idea of what you're doing.
So I guess if we're going to talk about insurance, we got to talk about where you think rates are going to go. Obviously, I'm realistic. I know rates aren't going to come down.
Yeah.
But can you talk about what you guys are doing to help keep our members' rates as low as possible?
Sure. Yeah, and I want to say, you know, insurance. I have kids, and so I have auto insurance. I've got multiple cars of mine, and so my car insurance, my home insurance, everything is going up. It's frustrating for me as a consumer as well. And I just think that's part of the way of the world. It's an industry-wide thing, especially auto. That's a very, you know, we're just seeing more and more expensive cars with more expensive components. Tariffs probably aren't helping either. So we as a ARA Insurance member-owned organization need to figure out ways where we can help alleviate some of that rate increase. And so that's rolling out policy changes. It's rolling out deductible changes. It's investing heavily in risk management, making all these businesses be smarter, make better decisions. And so, you know, while we want to really temper those rate increases and use other methods to do that. So, you know, another hot button issue is the ACV, RCV replacement costs. And those are the types of things that we can do as an organization to say, hey, we can't just keep, there's only so much money, we understand. But we want to do what we can to help you and succeed. And that's our whole goal, is to be here for the long haul. ARA Insurance will be celebrating its 50th anniversary coming up here in 2027. And that's the goal of our organization, ARA Insurance, is to be here for another 50. People can come and go in the insurance industry, Brian, but we have a mission to be the stable choice for members going forward.
Right, and you and I have been talking about ACV for a couple of years. It's if you buy a car in the 1950s and you have a claim in 2025, they're not going to give you the value of that car in 2025. It's not sustainable. So there are some challenges in the industry. Obviously, pricing happened during the pandemic, and after the pandemic, you know, they've quadrupled in a lot of instances on not only tents but equipment too. So some challenges that you guys are working in. What would you say to a new member of ways that they can look at lowering their premium costs? Is it more education? Is it, first of all, you got to make sure you don't have as many claims as you've had previously.
Yeah.
But would you recommend they get their drivers trained?
100%. Yep. And we're working on a new drivers training program that will be rolled out next year. That's big. any training. Obviously, ERG and using all the best practices that ERG offers. That's a big one. Yeah, employee training and just making sure that everybody's doing their best. Those are probably the easiest things. But reviewing your policy, just making sure you understand what you're insuring. We had an agent who he looked at the inventory of one of his members and said, "Are you written out some of this older stuff?" And he said, "No." Then he's like, "Well, why are we, it's time to get rid of that, or kind of review your inventory and make it accordingly." And that kind of would help with insurance as well. So I think there's lots of different things to do. So one thing I would say to a new member is call us. We'll hook you up with an ARA insurance agent who they're really experts in what they do, and we can help you down that road.
So how about some of the new offerings that you have? I know we've had a cyber, we got hacked and someone was sending out, mirroring our emails and sending out to our clients, sending invoices out. So do you have any cyber protection offerings?
So we have a cyber coverage now. It's getting enhanced in 2026 with some misdirected payments, some enhancing some other coverages with crime. So this is the other thing. If there's a coverage that members need or want, that's something else we would like to know, or please tell us. So our board of directors is made up of 4 rental members, and we have some insurance professionals as well on there. And that's stuff we talk about in our board meeting is there anything else we can do? Is there any enhancements? Whether we've talked about pollution coverage recently, cyber coverage, is there anything else we can do as the member-owned insurance agency to provide coverages? Because the world's changing, Brian.
Good.
We know it's changing, and we want to make sure we're in line with that.
Well, we certainly, it's great for me to be back with ARA Insurance. I'd left for a few years, and I was with the same agent, and we worked it out, and I'm so happy to be back. It's great to see Maura's back.
Yeah.
I worked with her 25 years ago, I think.
Yeah,
20 years ago.
So Maura Chambers joined us in June of last year. She's our Vice President of Risk Management, and she's been tasked with that risk management that I've talked about, that investment. And that works, she's working independently, but also working with ARA, and there's a lot of collaboration with their education department. She works with our insurance carrier, and what she's really doing is just reviewing claims and figuring out ways we can lessen those claims and improve those results. Also, just looking at claims to make sure everything's handled correctly and getting done, the proper way, and we're not overpaying on claims, because that's another way to help control rates. But yeah, we're excited to have Maura back. She was with us previously, gone for 6 or 7 years, but she's back. We've got a great team. There's 40 of us in Kansas City. The average tenure of our team is just about 10 years.
So really experienced.
It's an experienced group, and yeah, we're happy to have all those.
Yeah, and I just want to tell you, we really appreciate all the support and sponsorship that ARA Insurance does.
Everything we do, we reinvest right back into ARA. So it's the keynote, it's leadership, it's women in rental, it's YPN. It's all of those things, but it's also education, and everything we do, we try to reinvest it back into the association and into the industry to make it better. So that's our goal.
And what I really appreciate is that you always pick up the phone when I call you. If I'll see something that's like, hey, this guy doesn't have insurance, is there anything you can do to help them out, or at least talk to them and talk them through that? And it's always nice to know that I can get the president of ARA.
So I just learned in the generation, the pick up the phone, or maybe I need to get a Snapchat for some of the younger people to get those messages, or some other things too, or messages, but I'm still a phone guy too. I like to get on the phone.
And I still send telegrams, so we'll be